Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter. And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Check 26, check 26.
On first down, Vaughn. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 22 yards there, a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Black. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw here. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. Touchdown, New Orleans. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Vaughn.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
March 50, March 50, March 50. Hey, tight. Hey.
They'll drop the throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. The end result, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Toss play, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike's 50, Mike, go. Yeah, let's go sack lunch. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Switch it.
They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll drop to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown to see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about a 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Mike, 19. Mike, watch the out. Watch the out.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Saints. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 9, 54. Hey, 31. Watch the slap. Watch him go.
On second and inches, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Set. 19. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And this one complete to Smith. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
47 Mike. 47 Mike. 59. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Watson on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Block the run. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
He'll look to throw. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You think you won't get this? Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I got you.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
He's checking credit.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 54. Mike 54.
Looking to throw. He's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st down, Watson. He sets to fight into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, here we go. Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Out of time.
They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. The try here for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime.
Makes the score Panthers 14, Saints 13.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run on first down. It's Vaughn. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away, but a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Room past the 20. And finally taken down to the 26-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Kamara trying the right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Second and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Let's go. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Minus 50, minus 50. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Like 50. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 91 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full speed.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Put it down. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Go. Give me something. Another time.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Hester. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated into...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans! Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy careful. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They're going to look to throw. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tight end Ringo. Tight end. Tight end's on the Ringo. We got 4. We got 4. Mike, here we go.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Tight end rock. Tight end rock. 4 down. 4 down. 4 down. I got 3.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'll feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On first down, it's Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. And that's caught by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on it.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. This defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On play action, they'll throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Watson. He's going to sling this deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Man, I got you.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it'll bring up third down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check right, check right.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. On first down, it's Vaughn. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Mike, 54. I got you, son. I got you, son.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Get ready. 55. Mike, 54. Hey.
They'll run on first down. It's Vaughn. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo! What? Go! 54.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vaughn flashed the stick skills but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready? Go to base. Right there. 54 Mike. Help. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Carolina, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.